Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me, serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
You're tuned into Auto Intelligence, live from Auto Trader, where data, tools, and your preferences sync to make your car shopping smooth.
They're searching inventory.
Oh, yeah.
They find what you need.
They're gonna find it.
You can make a budget for your wallet to help you succeed. Pricing's precise and true.
So true.
It's smarter car shopping.
Ooh.
Just for you.
Oh, it's just for you.
Ooh.
Find your next ride at autotrader.com. Powered by Auto Intelligence.
With the Walmart app, you can squeeze in those final days of summer and nail that back-to-school shopping list. So keep working on that tan and let Walmart Express Delivery handle the rest. Chromebooks, Clorox wipes, Sharpies, glue sticks, pens, pencils, and more. All delivered in as fast as an hour. So pour yourself another iced tea. Summer's not over. Last-minute back-to-school supplies delivered fast. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new. Subject to availability. Fees and restrictions apply.
Welcome to another Finely Edged production for the Premier League Cricket Club. Connecting players and coaches, clubs and leagues, volunteers and supporters alike, you're in the right place for the best of the 33 ECB Premier Leagues and the 20 NCCA counties, bringing you the stories, the stats and the standout performances that make this game great. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to both our Premier League and NCCA shows so you don't miss any episodes. Now, shall we get stuck in? So welcome everybody to this week's Premier League Cricket Show, and we are match week 21, brought to you from our friends at B3 Cricketing once again. And one of our big friends at B3 Cricket's going to get a mention today, I think, as well. With us, as always, Mr. Hugh Newsome. How you doing, bud?
All good, all good.
You enjoy a weekend off?
I'm knackered, mate. Back's gone. Wrecked. Absolutely wrecked.
You did moan about it last week, didn't you?
Cricket season cooked. Yeah, absolutely no chance. Still can't sleep properly.
And also, as always, from CricX, we're just going to say hello and then we'll talk to you properly later because you're going to be gloating. I know you are, Mr. Taaffe. How are you doing?
All right, I won't be gloating. It's taken long enough.
But also joining us, and we're going to jump straight on to the headline news from the weekend. So it's fair to say that some games around the country were quite interesting at the weekend, as always. But the one that everyone has picked up on, including the 200,000 people who have almost looked at one of our posts on Instagram since the weekend, was Hoyle and Swain versus Honley in the Huddersfield League. And joining us today, I'm gonna wind him up now, aren't I? With the second highest score of the day, Mr. Ben Kohler-Cadmore. How you doing, mate?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Yeah, all good. Thanks, mate. All good. Hey, I've got to ask Hugh straight away. Hugh, have we ever seen two people in the top 10 or 20 from the same club? Never mind three.
Yeah, well, 3 from 4, isn't it, on the weekend? I know we've lost a few games, but 3 from 4 in the top 5. So yeah, it's some going, but I think we need to start at the top, don't we?
We do. Let's start at the top. And we were talking off you guys were in trouble at 20 for 2, Ben, weren't you?
We were. I think it was 20 for 2. Bridgie came in. There was 1 ball left in that over, and he's just cracked it for 4. First ball. I thought, he looks good here.
Oh, so he released the pressure for you?
Yeah, straight away. So 6 overs, 24 for 2, and then 44 overs later, put a fair few more on the board.
Right, so to put this into context, everyone, okay, 592 runs in 50 overs. I've done the calculations around the rest of the league, and there is no one in the rest. Well, the highest score of the rest of the league was 218 on that same day. So, is there a microclimate at Hoyle and Swain something on Saturday? Because between you guys and Honley, you almost broke 1,000 runs.
No, it's just crazy. One of them days. I think it was the best our decks played all year, which is obviously good. The ball swung for about, it was those 6 overs. And I think we lost the new ball and then didn't swing then, which was ideal. But it's absolutely crazy.
Which brings me to my list of questions, and right halfway down, I can see the obvious one. How many balls did you lose?
I think there were 4 or 5 in circulation. We had some kids that just kept running after them and finding them. So they do a good job, to be fair, because there was a few went out of the ground, to be fair.
It was just one of those days when you see Luke Bridges at the top of the pile with 210 off 118 balls. You outstriked him, 204 off 105 balls, striking at 194. Then Mr. Samit Patel comes in a little bit further down the order, shall we say, and strikes 145 off 54 balls. Was Samit bored and he just thought, you know what, I'm going to go for this?
Yeah, it's just mad. I think he came in, 18 overs left, and pretty much every ball was a boundary. There's not many balls that haven't gone for a boundary off him there, and it's just ridiculous to watch, to be honest.
What did he say to you, Hugh, on Twitter?
I can't remember. What did he say? Carnage, total carnage. Yeah, total carnage. Never seen anything like it. And for Samit to say he's never seen anything like it is, he's seen pretty much everything in cricket, hasn't he? So, yeah, that says something about the game.
How close have you got to even being anything like that before, Ben?
I think we had 400 maybe last month or so.
Mm-hmm.
I think Aaron Lilly, he got 150 off not many.
Yeah.
We've had 400, I think, a couple of times last year. But, yeah, 590s just nowhere near what you could think. I was saying to somebody earlier, if you had to chase 12 and over for 20 overs, you'd think, oh, we're struggling here. But we've done it for 50, and it's just ridiculous.
I want to know what Furkan Shafiq and Callum Honeyman are feeling after the game. Are they getting an awful lot of shit?
Not from
everybody else has got 200.
I've seen a lot on social media of Furkan's had a mare, must have been a good ball, etc., etc. But he's just slapped one at cover that was quite a short one. Right. Callum, he nicked one. Like I said, was swinging. It was doing a bit early.
Right.
But yeah, he's just nicked one. But it was funny. Like at the toss, looking at the pitch, we were going to bowl first. They've won the toss and stuck us in. And well, yeah, I'm just glad we didn't bowl first.
I mean, I think normally in these situations, when you get stupidly large scores like this, the second innings is normally a total write-off. But actually, credit to Honley, they've put 369 on the board. They've made the most of it. They've not just gone on out and given up. They've actually gone and had a real good bash. They're never going to get close, were they? But Timmy Taylor's got himself a ton. We've got 250s in there, 40s, 30s. So it actually turned into a pretty good game of cricket.
Yeah, 100%. Like you say, you think it could go one of two ways. There's going to be 200 for 4, not batting for a draw because we don't do draws, but that sort of feel to it. Or you might skittle them because they're swinging every ball. But it was just one of those days where pretty much everyone who's played a shot, the shots come off. And I think they've nearly scored 400 and not even got a point for being within 75% of us, which is just outrageous. That must be one of their highest scores they've ever had. And they've got nothing from the game. Like it is just crazy. I know I keep saying it's crazy, ridiculous, etc. But it is.
We'll come to the records that we've spotted already, but the guy I feel for is the Honley opening bowler, Mancini Dubé. After 3 overs, he must have thought, I'm in the game here, 2 for 14.
Yeah.
His next 12 overs. His next 12, I can't do it without laughing. His next 12 overs went 0 for 169. I mean, talk about destroying someone's confidence, boys. Come on.
Yeah, to be fair, he's had the short end, like the short boundary straight for the full innings, and so he kept running in. But yeah, he also had a mare when he was batting as well. I think he got a golden duck, so not the best days. But yeah, he's overseas, so obviously if you're getting a bit of tap, your captain's going to give the ball to you overseas and say, I need you to keep coming in for me. So he's been unlucky there. But like you say, he got the first two wickets. And yeah, they were on top.
I'm just looking at dimensions of the ground as well. I mean, it's not a massive ground, is it? You've got a 50 metre straight hit one way, a 60 metre straight hit the other way, and sort of 50 either side. Have you thought about renting it out to European cricket? Because this is well set for a T10 comp, isn't it? You'd have a right laugh on it. If you can get wickets like that on a regular basis. That'd be a
No,
fantastic T10 comp.
it's too big sideways for a T10 comp.
Is it?
No, to be fair, depending where you play, one side's normally pretty big. There's a bit of a slope as well. Well, quite a
Right.
slope. So, to be honest, most of in the sort of the first 30 overs, especially when I was batting, most of the runs were from one end. Like we did think that's obviously the way to go.
Yeah.
If we're going to play shots, which we were, but then as soon as Samet came in, him and Bridgie just went nuts.
Well, Samet was off the back of a brief foray in the 100 where he went really, really well and was hitting 100-meter boundaries, wasn't he? I mean, he was fantastic in the 100. So, what's it like having somebody like him popping out at number 5? You just have a bat with a clear intentions because you've got such depth behind you.
Yeah, it's ideal. When Samet's coming at 5, it's absolutely spot on. I think we've had a few games this year where we've lost a few early, and obviously he's only played white ball this year in county, and that's sort of how he plays. So if they'd have got another wicket and we're 30 for 3, he's probably then not getting 140 off 50. Well, he might do, but it's a completely different game. So obviously having a ridiculous base for him to come in and just play his shots at, it's just absolutely ideal.
13 sixes for Samet, 16 for Luke Bridges, and you got 19. So top of the pile there.
Yeah, that's what it is. 6 sixes and strike rate, that'll do me. Bridgie can have the top score.
Let's look at a couple of other bits and pieces from it, Hugh. So Timmy Taylor rocks up. Let's say he's a decent bowler, isn't he, Ben?
Good bowler.
4 overs for 72. Does he then say to his skipper, sod that, I'm not bowling here again? But then comes out and scores 112 himself.
Yeah, exactly. It was funny. We were just before the toss. One of our lads asked if he's bowling today, and he said, depends how Ben goes. And I just sort of laughed, obviously not knowing what was coming. But then, when did he come on? I was already in sort of that mind that I'm just going, and he was at the short end, and like I say, it just came off. But someone's got a bowl from that end, so they're quite unlucky, really.
Yeah, and I think what was remarkable about your innings in particular, Ben, was you opened the batting with Furkan, who, as you say, he got one from Dubé and he's gone. You then saw Callum go. But when you got out and you were 306 for 3, you'd scored 204 of them. So had Luke been giving you the strike, or have you just been going, I'm in and I'm staying in and I'm just taking it?
To be fair, Bridges was like, I'd say a proper knock. I think his 100 was off about 80 balls. And then his second, he went from 100 to 200 in 33 balls. I think my first 100 was 52 balls. My second was like 51. So I was just doing the same thing. I didn't change what I was doing, but Bridgie really accelerated. I think he was on about 80 when I got out, and then he was going every ball. Samet's going every ball, and it's just crazy to watch.
Well, credit to you and Honley. I mean, we've got 961 runs between the two of you. From the records that Mr. Newsome has been able to find, going back to 2003 in Premier League cricket, we believe it's the most runs scored by two sides together in a 50-over game by almost 100, Hugh, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, quite a long way.
Comfortably. We've got a couple of people scoring 400s here and 500. I mean, we had Hartley Country Club scoring 540 a few years ago in 55 overs. Not far from you guys, Barnsley Woolly Miners scored 512 3 years ago.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
Overs.
Yeah.
But the closest we've found to the overall score was Taunton St Andrews versus Caution with 867 runs. You guys went at 9.9 and over overall between you and Honley, and Taunton St Andrews and Caution couldn't even make it to 9. I mean, come on now, guys.
What are they playing at?
The question, exactly. I mean, the question is now, what's possible on that ground? Do you reckon you can go even bigger?
To be fair, we probably will try. It's sort of how we play. We've had a couple of matches this year where we've been trying to do that and we've come unstuck, and it's just one of those days where it's come off. it's how we play. We back ourselves to score runs. We know our areas, and it's just come off on the day, really. And yeah, no one could have predicted that. And like you said, Honley to get nearly 400 as well is just a crazy day.
Yeah, most definitely. Got a couple of things to pick up on. It wasn't a bad day for the family for you at the weekend on Saturday, was it?
Yeah, no, it was good. Nipper at the end, but yeah, Dixon got them over the line. So finals day Saturday for them, which is good.
So are you playing on Saturday, or are you at finals day?
Oh yeah, I'll be playing. We've got the league to play for. I won't be going there.
Which brings me round to my final question, Hugh. Are you ready, Hugh?
Okay.
Could you please explain to us, Mr. Ben Kohler-Cadmore, what the bloody hell goes on with the Huddersfield League table? Because we haven't got it. It's the most random league table in the country.
There's, I think, one team's down. Then there's about 5 or 6 teams could still go down. Maybe 1 or 2 teams with, well, you'd say dead rubber, and then the top 2 are playing for the league. So it's, at this stage of the season, it's obviously really good because it's still competitive games every week for everyone, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's crazy.
And will the winners of the league be on points or on average points?
Points.
Just when we look at your league table and we see this 4.85, 4.75, it throws us a little bit, Hugh, doesn't it?
Well, it's just a decimal number. We can't cope with decimals. We need integers.
Points in any league are difficult for us to get used to, but yours just throws us. It's not as bad as the Birmingham or the Cheshire League, to be fair.
No, Cheshire Leagues takes the crown.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, it's 2 points between Rastrick in second, 95 points, and Oyenswain top, 97 points.
Yeah.
Rastrick have got, what have you got? Rastrick have got Honley next weekend, and you've got Huddersfield, both of you away. So, and both of those, teams are not, they're not in, they're decent sides. You're not playing bottom teams or anything like that. And obviously Honley's on the back of the thrashing last week, but they're still a decent outfit, aren't they? Yeah. But they've got plenty to play for.
100%.
So it's an interesting finish.
And I think with the side they've obviously nearly scored 400. They can play. They beat us in the cup earlier in the year with pretty much the same sides out. To be fair, it's surprising that they're in the mix for relegation for us. Like me and the lads have said it, they're one of the teams that you sort of rate through the league. So, we really hope they can bounce back and score 400 next week as well.
That would do you guys a favour, to say the least.
100%. That'd be perfect.
And you could then win the league the following week at home, I believe, isn't it? The last game of the season.
Yes, yeah, we're at home for the last game,
which is what you prefer to do, obviously. Hey Ben, great catching up today, mate. Obviously, everyone's been talking about what Hoyland, Swain and Honley have done at the weekend. Credit to Honley. I mean, to score 369, chasing that number. I mean, we have a phrase that we use on the show quite regularly, Hugh, don't we? Which is, I wonder how they felt coming off the pitch at half time. You know, with the Hoyland, Swain boys smug, but no matter how you felt, Honley went at it, didn't they?
Yeah, no, it was a really, really good game. And like you say, it didn't peter out into nothing. They were still going for it. One of their lads, he hit Samet, first 5 balls of an over for 6.
Wow.
So then he's gone wide Yorker just to make sure it doesn't go for a 6th one. One of the other clubs had finished early. They came up to watch, and let's just say they were lively on the sidelines. So that was good.
Not giving you guys a bit of grief by any chance?
A little bit, but to be fair, it was more aimed at Samet than anything. But no, it's good.
I think he's used to it.
Yeah, exactly. All good spirited. And then after his over, he went and fielded next to him. So I think he loves it.
Absolutely. Hey, have a good one next couple of weeks, mate. Obviously, we sit on no sides whatsoever around the leagues because me and Hugh are involved in clubs that are in Div 3 and Div 7 of our league, so we really don't give a monkeys. But we just want to see good cricket. That's what we saw at Hoyland Swain at the weekend, Hugh.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of fun. Great for us as well. Great for the view count, wasn't it? Perfect.
Absolutely.
Keep doing it.
Yeah. There's the question we haven't asked. Why the bloody hell haven't Hoyland Swain got a stream? Can you imagine what that stream would have looked like at the weekend, Hugh?
Yeah, it would have been excellent.
Yeah. Get him onto it, Ben.
Yeah. NV play.
Yeah, we need to.
Play's the one.
Yeah. Would have been some good highlights.
Most definitely. Have a good one, mate. Thanks for joining us and look forward to catching up with you again.
Perfect. Cheers. Thanks for having me. See you later.
As a scientist, I can tell you that Sundays are only 24 hours long. But with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you get every game every Sunday all in one place. That's upwards of 30 hours of NFL in one day. How can there be 30 hours in 24 hours, you ask? I have a theory. Magic. New users get NFL Sunday Ticket for 8 payments of $34.50 per month. Sign up at NFLSundayTicket.com. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games and commercial use. Terms and embargoes apply. Availability varies.
Vitamin Water Zero Sugar has great taste, zero BS, and obviously zero sugar. For those with zero room in their calendar. Zero patience for slow walkers. Those who get 0 hours of sleep on a Saturday night. Have zero filter, zero given, and zero interest in grabbing a plain, boring water. Grab a delicious Vitamin Water Zero Sugar today.
So, hey, great to catch up with Ben and talk all about that ridiculously good game up at Hoyland Square at the weekend, boys. But yeah, let's get back to what we like to talk about as well. And there ain't many of your lot left in the country, I know that, Taaffe, but you must have some to talk about when it comes to... I know no one's got even close to the top of the run makers this week.
Yeah, not a chance. Like I say, got an awful lot home now, and seasons have finished. Avishka Thurindu, Bracebridge Heath, still got 200s this weekend. Highest score of 160, so there wasn't stopping him. But 50s, 60s, 80s for a few. Dikshanzu Negi, Mandeep Singh, Cam Fletcher, all chipped in with half centuries. But like you say, it's wrapping up, isn't it?
And as a rule of thumb, your Aussie boys are more or less gone. Your Indian boys have gone. Are you left with just a few of the Sri Lankan boys and a couple of South Africans? And
South Africans away gone. You generally a couple of Sri Lankans, New Zealanders, whether they get permission to stay for an extra game, really. And then, like you say, it's just the Pakistanis, Sri Lankans, and maybe the West Indians that are just going to be here right till the end. But the rest do go home early, as everybody realises year on year. So as annoying as it is, we can't stop associations.
Most definitely. And we can't go past talking about overseas without... You guys didn't have one, if you remember rightly, on Saturday, did you? You guys at Blackpool went without. And it's good to know that by going without one, that Mr. Cric himself stepped up and you made some runs, mate.
Yeah, finally. Finally. Yeah, we're in a bit of trouble and managed to bat a bit of time for once and put a score together. It was a close game. I think it was 5 or 6 runs in the end we won by, so it was a proper game. But yeah, that was that.
Now,
useful knock. Yeah, well,
are we counting 98 not out as jug avoidance?
It technically is, but I'm not sure. You know, I've had a few this year, haven't I? And I don't think it's in my realms because of the speed you went from, about 60 odd to 98. You hit
one over,
basically, and it was the 48th over. So you're absolutely nowhere near. Then it's 4, 6, 4, 6, 6 wide 4 off one over. So 31 runs off the 49th over, and then you only got one ball. And you got a 1 off it, so I think
got shafted in the last over. To be honest,
absolutely shafted.
Take the red ink.
Got to ask the question: why haven't we seen your big over clipped and on socials yet?
I think it's going on. I think it's going on tomorrow at some stage. I don't know, but someone has clipped it up.
I was very tempted to clip it myself, but I thought, no, they're bound to do that because it was huge, to say the least. And to be fair, there's a good mix of proper cricket shots and utter bloody slogging.
Yeah, the last one was absolutely wild, but I'll let people obviously see it if it comes out. I'm sure you'll collaborate on it.
Oh, you might as well. If you give it to us, we'll definitely collaborate on it.
Yeah, so a bit of Rishabh Pant in there last ball, but yeah, no, I was absolutely chewing it before that over, so it was a good job I got some away. Otherwise, we'd have got nowhere near a competitive score.
Hey, we couldn't be more pleased for you, obviously, mate. But around the rest of the country, we've already talked about some of the runs at the very, very, very top, Hugh, but there was some really other good scores around, mate, wasn't there?
Yeah, I mean, just on a game-wise, there's been quite a lot of... I know it's quite a lopsided games this weekend.
Yeah.
And I think that's partly caused by some people getting some big scores. But yeah, we got 3 of the top 4 in the Hoylands Way game. all from the same team, which I don't think has ever happened before. We've got Will Evans splitting them 161 off 142 for Mochta against Conway in the North Wales League. George Harbrook, 135 off 82 for Stone against Checkley in the North Staffs. I mean, that's a hell of an effort in North Staffs, isn't it? Archie Harrison, Derbyshire lad, or ex-Derbyshire lad for Radlett against Potters Bar, 134 not out. Zach Tribes there for Ashman and Barton Wanderers. He's got 133 not out. James Seaward's Potters Bar in that game as well. He's got some runs, 132 off 147. High scoring game there. Just jumping into that game, Radlett 272 for 7, Potters Bar 271 for 7. So really tight one. And the 200s making the difference for each of their teams. Yeah, and then I'll just go back over the three big scores. Luke Bridges at the Hoylands Wain game, 210 off 118 balls, strike rate 177. Bencover Cadmore 204 off 105, 194 strike rate. And then Sammit's 145 not out off just 54 balls, 268 strike rate. What he has done there is, Sammit, he's set himself up for some serious winter coinage, I suspect, amongst the T10 and T20 leagues. His little brief appearance in the 100, obviously Derbyshire stint didn't end too well, pops up in the 100, smashes a few quickly, and then this game's made a lot of noise. So, yeah, I can see him having a relatively fruitful winter where maybe he would have done.
Most definitely. Looking down the rest of the list and some names that I've picked out along the way, you mentioned Zach Tribe. His brother's been playing over in
fantastic form,
doing really well, hasn't he, to say the least. Rhys Lewis, good to see him get some runs for Walgrave. Don't think it's going to keep Walgrave up in the Home Counties League there.
I think they're gone, aren't they? That's game set match.
12th place. Friend of the show. He's been struggling to get some big runs this year, but Mr. Daniel Blatherwick from Hucknall with 119 against Kimberley Institute, which is always a good sign. If you're getting runs against them, that's a good one. And Zimmer Deploy, friend of the show, Ockbrook and Borrowash, who went and won the Derbyshire title on Saturday with 111 off 73 balls for Zimmers. And he's also been just popping up in one or two twos games I've spotted in the last week or two as well. So Zimmers starting to have a look to see where else he can go. The other names that I've spotted on the list, Deepak Khatri with 101 for Smethwick in a losing game against Hales Owen. Not that it mattered. The boys from Smethwick have won the title for the second year running. I'm just going to leave this hanging. I've heard a rumour of another professional coming in. I wonder if Deepak won't be there next year. And Ben Wilcox. The Wilcox boys have been doing great all summer, haven't they, Hugh? Ben Wilcox, Downham Stowe, 101 for Downham Stowe. But again, in a game that they lost to Sawston and Babraham, who won the title in East Anglia. There's a bit of a theme going on here, isn't there, where people are winning titles. And just for your information, so you know about it, Mr. Taaffe, you were the 37th highest scorer in the country this weekend. So if you want to put that on your Instagram profile, I would go for it.
To be fair, there's a couple of games missing that didn't come down from play cricket that I've covered, so not quite there. Just thought but so it might be the
I was going to go
42nd.
mantelpiece there until you let me down even further then.
I was looking, but you've seen that trophy with 100 where it's got the one. I was going to go 37 somehow like that for you. So.
It's a bit like when Homer Simpson Nick steals Ned Flanders' degree certificate and then crosses out his name and writes his own name, and it's that kind of standard. That's what
absolutely. Just one name I did want to pick out from below the 100 mark, though. So Samet might have been hitting at 250, but Daniel Ibrahim for Preston Nomads scored 93 off 33 balls, 281 strike rate at the weekend. That's some going in any game whatsoever. It looked like there was a bit of fun being had around the country, I think, Hugh, wasn't there?
Yeah, I just saw a lot of just scanning through the games as we tend to do, and there's a lot of games won by large amounts. I think the Honley game, South Africa could have watched that because a similar thing happened to South Africa on Sunday, didn't it? And then they just went, sod this. And Jofra Archer obviously got in amongst them, but they it wasn't much of a spectacle for the second half of that match.
No, not in the slightest. They should have done a Honley. You are most definitely right on that one.
Raise the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that An enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. Start converting your B2B audience today. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started today at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Let's have a look at the bowlers. What you got left in the country there then, Mr. Taaffe?
Yeah, same as the batters really. Not much. Plenty of 3-fers, 4-fers, a couple of 5-fers. Mayank Mishra, Cleethorpes, another 5 for 12 for him. Delanka, who bought for Ainsdale, 5 for again. That's over 100 wickets for him for the season. She's just sensational, really. Sharon Fonseca at Denby, 5 for. And then regular names, really, with 4-fers and 3-fers. Dushan Mukti, Sherman Lewis, Barika Sanjeewa, Alex Falau, just to name a few. But there's, like you say, wasn't much left about our lot.
No, not in the slightest. But yeah, the one that I'm picking up on in particular there, I think they're not quite over the line yet. But Mayank Mishra has bowled Cleethorpes into a position where I think they can win the title this weekend now. They are 16 points clear in the Yorkshire South League, and I haven't seen anything to say they've won it yet. Have you, Hugh?
I haven't seen it, no.
No.
I've not been paying attention.
But looking at what Mayank's done this year, yeah, I'm just looking at his numbers now. He's got 72 wickets in total for Cleethorpes this year, 5 wicket hauls, economy rate of 2.96, and an average of 10.57. He's got to be up there for you, Taff, as the one that could be marketed absolutely anywhere.
Yeah, I think, like you say, I think Cleethorpes will be looking to keep hold of him. That's for sure. Just an absolute class act. But his numbers, it's back to back, isn't it? He took plenty last year. So he should be on a lot of clubs' radar, to be honest.
Most definitely. And around the rest of the country, Hugh, what we got?
Bowling wise, we got 2 8-fers. Actually, there seem to be more 5-fers than 100s this week. But yeah, just at the top of the charts, yeah, Walter Kinlock with 6.5 overs, 8 for 19 for Spalding against Bourne. That's going to take some beating this weekend. Then John Dotters 8 for 59. Yeah. Rainford, great effort there. And then I was just looking up his surname, Akil Kahar, the 24-year-old slow left arm. He's got 7 for 34 in just over 10 overs against Thongsbridge. And then a few 6-fers, or quite a few 6-fers. Ash Shaw, 6 for 25 for Meekins. Brett Pelser, 6 for 41. Tom Davis, Nolan Dorridge, 6 for 42. And a few others. So, yeah, I think Adnan Gauss got 6 for as well. So, yeah, there's plenty of wickets around. But, yeah, it seems to be a bit more of a bowling day. Maybe not. Actually, now I'm down to about 35 or so. I've spotted more. So, yeah, more of a batter's day, actually.
Yeah, but I'm looking at about 35, 36 tons and about 35 for us or more, isn't there?
Yeah, so they're generally quite equal, aren't they? But every now and then
it's evened itself out over the season in the end. One of the names I picked up on in the game that was the shortest game of the entire weekend was Frinton-on-Sea against Bury St Edmunds, and Frinton-on-Sea managed to bowl Bury St Edmunds out for 57, of which Mackenzie Jones, the Scottish international, took 5 for 20. That game was over in 32.4 overs. In Hoyland Swain parlance, it's about 400 runs, I think, isn't it? So it's one of those ridiculous ones, to say the least. The other game that I thought was really interesting for the bowlers, no one took, I think, more than a 3 or 4 for. But congratulations to Colchester and East Essex on winning the Essex League at the weekend. And of all the results over the weekend, this is the one that blew me away a little bit. Colchester and East Essex bowled out Wanstead and Snaresbrook for 80 in 35 overs. Now, Wanstead and Snaresbrook reached the national knockout semi-final. They're in the T20 final next weekend and were bowled out for 80 by Colchester and East Essex. So that was first versus third. And I'm guessing it can't be the pitch, because they got them for 17 overs, no wickets down, 10-wicket win. That's how you go and win the league, isn't it?
Yeah. Two that jumped out at me. Max Morley, Hoyland Swain, he got a 5 for. That's been drowned out a little bit, but he's got a 5 for. He'll be sitting there demanding his bit of attention, saying, "Come on, lads, I I got stuck in there as well. And he only went at 6. So Max has had a terrific day, really, considering everyone else that went at about 60.
Yeah.
And then directly below in my list, we've got Luke Fletcher, Papawick, turnovers 4 for 11. So Luke, the Bulwell bomber, still going very, very well in club cricket. I can see him keeping going for an awful long time and being an absolute thorn in the side of Premier League batsmen for many years to come. You know, his pace has dropped off, hasn't it? But he's still a big lad and he's got an awful lot of skill. So yeah, he's going to still go well for Papawick.
He reminds me a bit of Alex Lilly up at Newfoundland, from the county game and just now going through that Premier League and just basically taking wickets, keeping runs down all the time, isn't it?
Yeah. I just hope he doesn't headbutt him anymore. Cricket balls, I always remember that, and that was nasty.
Oh, dearie me. Hey, got to ask you, Mr. Taaffe. News that came out from the ECB last week, mate, on the change in the qualification for the overseas boys who can come over from 3 years down to 2 years, etc. Without going into any major details, has that created once again chaos in the market?
Yeah, it's certainly been a lot of questions that we've needed to provide answers to. Really, it sprung on us at the same time as it sprung on everyone else, really. And it was a pre-COVID rule, so it was always you had to play your 5 first-class games within 24 months. COVID came, it extended to 36, which is fair enough to take it back for 2 years, but to spring it on to apply it straight away is just a bit backwards to me personally. I don't know why they can't just say this is coming into effect in 2027. But there's a lot of players missing out that aren't now eligible that are proven performers in the UK, but they've stopped playing first class cricket now and they're missing out or they're going to be on the last year next year. So it's a real shame for them on that front. But like you say, it'll probably open up some opportunities for more youngsters coming through overseas. But I just don't know why they've not done it just to 2027, to be honest. But
yeah, does this put you in the unusual position that normally that February, March last minute grab for players actually is happening now because there's so many players who are already signed up can't come over?
yeah, exactly. We've had one or two that have signed for clubs, and like you say, it's sort of had a big effect on them, and it's sort of jeopardised their cricket for next year. But yeah, it's got a lot of people sparking into action straight away in August, September, really, which is not really something that we're used to.
Absolutely. Well, all I can say is since the news came out last week, we have had a new Home Secretary in the Home Office, so you never know; things might change again. I'm not saying it was anything to do with cricket related, but she lost her job and she's been moved on. I don't know. She's a
maybe that was it. I mean, maybe that was it. Yeah,
yeah. Maybe Keir is a secret big cricket lover. He didn't want to show it to start with because obviously you can't do what the old government did and give money out to cricket. But now he's gone, oh, bloody hell, I've got all these clubs who are struggling to get there overseas. Let's change things. We'll see. We'll see.
Let's hope it's that. The one rule, just serious point, the one rule that I think, this is 5 first-class games.
Yeah.
So it took me a brief while to get my head around this. So players need to have played 5 first-class games in the last 3 years to be able to qualify as a pro to come over on a visa. Is that right, Taff?
Yeah, these other little avenues like
so they don't play first class. So they don't play first class. They have to play 20 T20s. Is that right?
Yeah, correct. Or 5 under-19 World Cup games.
Yeah, but 20 T20s, like a lot of leagues don't play 20 T20s in their leagues in that 2-year period, do they?
Nope.
And some lads don't play first class cricket. They only play T20. Some play list A. So it just seems like they've just got the rules wrong, haven't they? They need to have a big look at the rules and go, do you know what? This is completely wrong. I understand the limits, but it's just a set block. And the cricket's changed so much since probably those rules were written, 20 years ago, that they need to have a revisit. I think people need to have a word with their local MP, don't they? Because if you've lost your pro, get that pen and paper out and have a moan at your local MP, because a lot of the local MPs do love their cricket and they do love an overseas pro. So let's hope we can maybe get a bit of action here.
Yeah, I think that's a very, very fair point. And you're right. The rules have not changed that much, but then, as you say, Taff, to change them overnight, it just something doesn't feel right, does it, for the clubs out there?
Yeah, and that's it. It was just instant, sprung out of nowhere. Like you say, I'd have just give it a little bit of a year's notice, rules in place for 2027. But they've dealt the cards, and we're playing with it. So let's
Yeah.
see how we go.
Keeping you busy. Hey, let's have a look at what else has been going on around the country at the weekend then. So we've only got a couple of weeks left, and there's been some other clubs who've been crowned champions of their league. So we've already mentioned Colchester and East Essex are now champions of Essex following their win at the weekend. The other ones I'd point out that over the weekend we mentioned Ockbrook and Borrowash winning in Derbyshire. We've mentioned Smethwick winning, despite losing against Halezone in a good game there. Sawston and Babraham, back-to-back winners over in East Anglia. Then in your league, they've lost the last two games, but Kendal have snuck over the line with enough bonus points there. It seems to be a bit of a theme going on with this at the moment. So congratulations to Kendal and the boys up there for winning that league. I'm sure that Matt Taaffe will not give you congratulations, but there you go. Next is always next year. Oh, the other one I was going to point out was the Surrey League, where we had this remarkable day of potentially six, well, really five teams that could have won it. It was all done by something like 4 o'clock in the afternoon because the team who were top, Wimbledon, had just rolled Spencer. And yeah, that was the battle of the big guns down there, Hugh, wasn't it? The two clubs with, from what we hear, 1,000+ juniors in each one, great big setup around them. And Wimbledon made it look very easy against Spencer there, didn't they?
Yeah, Reigate needed to win as well. They won easily, but yeah, with Wimbledon getting the job done so comfortably, it sort of blew the wind out of everybody else's sails. So yeah, slightly disappointing end from us, but great for Wimbledon.
It was, yeah. All five teams playing at home on the last day won in the Surrey League there. The other one that I need to point out, Findon Dolben, our friends over at Findon Dolben in the Northants League. We knew that they were going to win it, but it was just, I think they needed 1 point mathematically to get over the line there. And then the other one that we've got to look at for basically next weekend, I think is a real big one, is actually a league that we go back to quite regularly, obviously, is the Liverpool District, where it's gone from being a foregone conclusion 6 weeks ago for Ormskirk to now it's exceptionally tight between Ormskirk and Northern. Ormskirk didn't get over the line against Formby at the weekend. Northern won again. And we're going down to a weekend now, Hugh, where Ormskirk are going to play 2 games, Saturday and Sunday, because the following weekend they're a little bit busy at Lords.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting finish. And Northern have got some winnable games as well. So yeah, that could really go in it. We found last year that the people involved in Lords tended to take their eye off the prize of the local league. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. GMCL was looking pretty tight as well. Roe Green and Prestwich looking very interesting. Quite a few leagues finished as well. There's a few teams been relegated that maybe weren't expecting to be relegated. It looks like Notts has finished as well with Plumtree going down. Cabs won that pretty comfortably. But yeah, Plumtree been up there a couple of years, have they? And I think they've gone down. Collingham survived. They came up last year, so they've managed to survive. Welbeck well down already. And then Yorkshire Prem North looking like there's a bit there. Barnard Castle and Martin. That's going right to the end, isn't it? And the other Yorkshire League is also going to the other end. Sorry, that was the North Yorkshire South Durham League's going right to the end, and Yorkshire Prem North, Castleford and Sheriff Houghton Bridge, that's going right to the end as well. So yeah, Driffield already got their games done, but Castleford, Sheriff Houghton Bridge, it's going to be an interesting finish.
Absolutely. And the other one in Yorkshire that I've got to point out, it'd be rude of me not to, Newfoundland won again on Saturday. They are unbeaten through the whole season and have now broken the points record in the Bradford Premier League. They can actually go unbeaten if they win this Saturday. Now, that would be some record to go through the whole season that way, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's that this is the league that a lot of the people in India always rate as the best league in the country. So, that's not some little league where you can chuck a load of money at it. You can chuck money at it, but it's still an incredibly difficult league to win. So congrats to them.
Yeah, most definitely. And then coming weekend, we've got Newfoundland and Wanstead and Snaresbrook on Sunday. We'll be meeting at Wormsley in the National T20 final. Fingers crossed for the weather, because looking ahead at the forecast, it looks a little bit in and out depending where you are in the country coming weekend. We just want 3 hours of good weather at Wormsley, or dry weather where they can get that game on. It's a shame it's not at somewhere a little bit more like Derbyshire. I must admit, I did like having that T20 final at Derbyshire, but Wormsley's a beautiful place to go down to and see that final. And I'll be talking to the boys from New Farnley later this week, and hopefully getting hold of a couple of the lads from Wanstead as well. And then we're just a week away. We're waiting for news from the MCC. I've never said that in my life. We're waiting for news from the MCC and the ECB of what we can get up to a week on Saturday for the final down at Lords, Mr. Taaffe. And we want to be there, but we're just waiting to hear, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm fingers crossed and hoping for some positive news on that one, to be honest. So
Absolutely.
It was a good day at Worcester last year. So hopefully we can gain the access that we did have last year.
Yeah,
I think they're concerned about us raiding, the long room and nicking paintings and stuff like that. The people from obviously club cricket can't be trusted, so they're just making sure that we behave ourselves. Going to maybe have to sign our house over to them or something before they let us loose.
That'd be about right, really. If anyone's listening, we'll do that. Don't worry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, talking to the home of cricket, got to give a big round of applause and credit to our mate, Mr. Rory Hayden from Leek and Staffordshire and the Challengers Group. He last year he signed his 3-year contract with Derbyshire. None of this messing about with rookie contracts and 1 year. He's got a proper full-grown 3-year contract. So proud to have been around this guy for the last couple of years. And where does he go make his first class debut? At the home of cricket for Derbyshire against Middlesex today. I mean, doesn't get any better for anyone there, does it, Hugh?
No, Andy's only stolen 2 paintings. So, yeah, good lad. Yeah,
Rory, I know you listen, mate. It wasn't me. Just remember that.
Put it back. Put it back. Yeah, just put it back.
Definitely. Hey, and what a day to do it on Wayne Madson's 500th game for Derbyshire. I mean, by any standards across club or first-class cricket, that's just a joke record, isn't it, Hugh?
Yeah. He hasn't had a bat yet or a bowl, so he's had his feet up. Feet up so far. Derbyshire 246 for 8. Yeah, usual Derbyshire.
For those who are listening, I'll be at West Brom on Tuesday this week. It's the NCCA Championship Red Bull final. Buckinghamshire versus Devon. A bit of a slow left arm fest, it looks like, doesn't it, Hugh?
It does. Rain's just curtailed things. Devon got bowled out 50 behind, fairly low score as well. So, yeah, I'm not sure it's going to go to a 4th day unless we get a bit of rain. But, yeah, interesting day tomorrow. I don't think they'll get a huge amount more playing today. But
yeah, I'm thinking if Bucks can get a lead of 200, I think that'll be something that will be really challenging to go and get, won't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's it looks set up for a bit of spin, doesn't it?
Yeah, just a wee bit. And that's the NCCA done for the season. So we've got a couple of national finals coming up. How many games you got left, Taff? Is it 1?
Yeah, last one for us on Saturday. So feels weird finishing early. We've always finished on that last extra day up north with it being in the comp, but 1 week shy. My body needs it.
I think there's a few people out there saying exactly. I think talking to some of the lads at Oxford Downs and from High Wycombe on Saturday, that was probably the theme of the day because nobody's missed much cricket this year. So instead of having that rain break, they're just all knackered.
Well, one of our best players has broken his cheek from the weekend. So we've had a broken cheek. We've got backs gone, mine's gone. Everyone's just fallen apart. So that's just at our level. So, yeah, what it must be like at Premier League level.
Well, talking of falling apart, I'm going to end today's chat by saying happy retirement to friend of the show who played his last game on Saturday, Mr. Teddy Casterton of High Wycombe, ex-Wisden Young Player of the Year. He's decided to hang up the bat and boots and the full works, all that type of thing. Actually looked decent on Saturday when he was batting for High Wycombe, but he's decided to hang him up. I wasn't commentating when he got out, so he can't blame me on that one. But thanks for the guys at Oxford Downs and Better and Barnes in the Bear Pit. We had some fun down there on Saturday. Wonderful club, proper club that is to go to. If anyone's in that Oxford Downs area next year, pop into that club. And you might see Mr. Louis Delport down there as well, Taff.
Exactly, even more of a reason to go.
Exactly.
Teddy's 26 years old. What's going on? What's he doing?
He didn't look it on Saturday, I'll tell you.
26.
Sorry,
Come on, Teddy, sort yourself out, mate. You've got a long way to go. You think you can't retire at 26. What he's going to do, he's going to have 1 season off, do a bit of painting, and then he'll be back, I'm sure.
That sounds like Taff.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah.
We talked a lot about DIY at the beginning of the season, didn't we? So we've gone full circle, boys. That's all I can say.
Yeah, well said.
Hey,
Roll on April.
Great to catch up again, and we do it all over again next week. It's the last, second to last match day of the season this weekend. I'm not quite sure where we're going to fit in a recording next week for various reasons because of my work, but we'll see what we do, and we'll catch up next week, boys.
Yeah. Cheers, boys.
Cheers now.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks for joining us at the Premier League Cricket Club. We'll be back soon with more from the world of Premier League and NCCA cricket. But in the meantime, don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review and follow us wherever you get your socials. Or maybe check out our website, premierleaguecricket.co.uk, to stay updated. Until next time, have a good one.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 350 plus programs at asuonline.asu.edu.